All right, what's our standings look like in the division? Well, it's pretty much a foregone conclusion. We already locked up a division, but we haven't locked up home field advantage yet. So we can't quite start simming all our games. Let's go ahead and play the Lions. Probably blow them out.
It's girly power. I'm Jonathan Coachman. You're tuned in to the NFL on EA Sports. Coming up, running back Todd Gurley, fresh off a standout performance a week ago, as it'll be the Detroit Lions taking on the Los Angeles Rams. I'll be back with you again with scores around the league at halftime. But kickoff right around the corner. And standing by to call the action, here are Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis.
Coach, thank you much. EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the City of Angels, Los Angeles, California. A few short moments ago, running back Todd Gurley trying to fire up the Ram faithful here in Southern California as his guys get set to do battle with Matthew Stafford and the Detroit Lions. Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you look at this Rams team as they interplay. They have certainly got it rolling of late. Winners of 6 in a row.
And it's simple. The more you win in the regular season, the more likely you play at home in the postseason, and that can take you deep into January.
Meanwhile, for the Lions here, they too were winners last time out, so something's got to give here.
And I love it when both teams come in off of wins. Great mindsets, and it usually leads to a really well-played game.
Oh, Brandon Cooks went off last week. Straight off.
They'll run for the first time with Johnson, and he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. The numbers a week ago for Johnson.
Kerryon Johnson's having himself a nice year.
88 yards and a touchdown.
Are we playing old school football now? We've got the top 10 rusher in the league. He's sitting at number 10, but he has a chance to move up with a big-time game. So expect that offensive line every time they go to the bench to tell the offensive coordinator, let's run the football.
On 2nd and 7, Stafford got his man complete over the middle. That's James. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. 33 yards that time.
Brandon, we've both been around the game long enough that we know that in pregame, defenses are pretty amped up, aren't they? I mean, they're pounding lockers, and they can't wait to get out there. But when you hit them with some big pass plays early, it takes the starch right out of them.
Now this one over the middle into the hands of his tight end complete. Give him a couple on the catch at 2nd and 8.
And, partner, I think that was a great example
Hawkinson.
that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
There's a throw over the middle. It's taken in by his tight end. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
Throwing on 3rd down, Stafford. And he gets it down a yard or 2 shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down. And forget about the run to set up the pass. They're just coming out throwing.
Forget trying to set anything up. They feel like they have the advantage.
And he missed.
They feel like they have the matchup, and they're just attacking right now.
Yep, going to the air on the opening drive.
Dude missed a 40-something yard field goal.
Looked good for a moment there, but they'll wind up being turned away thanks to the missed field goal.
And those especially hurt when you come into a game on the road. You're trying to get things to go your way early, and now you suffer a setback right out of the gate.
Here's a Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession. After the missed kick, they're in really good position. They'll begin this drive at the 39 now. Here's the first carry now for Todd Gurley. And he'll be taken down.
Oh, yeah. This defense is going to get shredded. I can tell.
Solid way to start
I can tell.
13 yards, picking up the first.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it could be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
A play fake to Gurley. Now gone. That's caught by his tight end, Gerald Everett. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. A new set of downs after a strong pickup of 16 yards.
There are so many things to watch for when you play defense. And reading your keys, you always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there that sprang the big guy, didn't it?
Able to dump it over the top to him. And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. You don't see that a ton, do you? A cornerback coming over to the middle of the field to make a run tackle.
That's someone with a ton of confidence to feel like nothing is pressuring him on his side of the field. Sees it.
Oh, he caught that.
Josh Reynolds with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the Rams are going to take a first quarter lead. One of the keys to their long winning streak has
They're both
been
trying to get the ball, and they end up tripping over each other.
They're getting the first 6 points of the ball game.
Do you go back to our meeting with the offensive coordinator? Remember what he told us?
Absolutely.
With some teams, I script to probe in the early part of the game. Other teams, I script to attack. They've been in attack mode for these ball games and continue that in this one.
Zerline good with a PAT, and it's now a 7-0 game. Just a 4-play drive that time. And the result for the Rams, a touchdown.
Blue 60. Check, 59. Go, baby, turn over. Get that ball.
Stafford on first down. Pressure from his
Oh, yeah.
He goes down hard, flat on his back.
I don't know if you all noticed, but if you look back, I kind of got in the way of this tight end. I kind of blocked his tight end from getting out of his route, so that might have disrupted that play. Watch the tight end. See number 50 on the bottom? He's trying to get out in a route, but he can't because I was stuck on him.
No doubt about it. The run that he's been on. How about that? 3 sacks in a game a week ago, and another one right here. Oh, he's feeling it in a big way.
Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack. Stafford going to give this one off to Johnson. And he will lose yardage on the play. Back at his own 19-yard line. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. Plays like we just saw there, that's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
On 4th down, here's Sam Martin on to kick it away. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away.
It's actually a pretty good punt for once.
As the Rams offense comes back out, here is the NFC playoff picture coming into the weekend. And for them, it's no longer
Seattle
a
ain't
question
getting
will
in.
they make the playoffs. They've clinched the division title. The question, can they hold on to that #1 seed?
And this is where the mental fortitude comes to play, doesn't it? Because now you're not just the coach talking about it, his team talking about it to each other, supporting each other, carrying each other along, because having that #1 seed means everything in the NFL.
It does. So even though the division title's clinched, shouldn't take the foot off the gas.
No, not at all. Play it all the way through. And I think we've seen that in recent years in the NFL. The teams that play and play to win each and every game, they're the ones to deal with in the playoffs.
They go play action with Gurley. Now gone. Reynolds with a catch out on the right side. And he slips up
cover
past
3?
the 45 before being tackled. 16 yards, a first down.
Doesn't matter whether it's a zone coverage or man coverage, the drag route can be effective when it's run well.
Now a play fake, and it's gone. And he finds a man with a crossing route.
And these guys can't.
5 yards that time.
These guys cannot disrupt me at all.
Well, that tight end position, it just seems to continue to evolve every year in the NFL.
Yeah, you're getting really terrific athletes. A lot of them maybe were wide receivers at one point. They continue to give you speed, great hands, and big bodies, which make them excellent targets for quarterbacks.
Meanwhile, Goff to Gurley as he drops it off for his running back. And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. That's back-to-back plays of over 20 yards. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that,
these guys are getting
for the
ran
defense to
over the
account for a
coals,
running
man.
back, essentially being a receiver downfield.
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him.
And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. That's good for a gain of 6, second and goal.
Not only did we just see back-to-back nice gains, but we're also seeing the confidence rise, not just for the guy who caught it, but the guy throwing it as well.
And these back-to-back catches here in the backfield, that can set something up downfield in a later sequence.
Oh,
right?
man.
A lot of the time, it starts to draw the defense closer to the line of scrimmage. So to your point, show this swing pass, show this check down. Maybe later on, you heave one deep and you catch him close to the spot.
All day, defense, all day. Whoa. Switch.
Well, hey, we're going Mike 40, Mike 40.
I'm coming for you, son. I'm coming for you, son. 40's Mike, 40's Mike.
Now Goff on 3rd and goal. And this is caught. He's got it. Touchdown, L.A. Josh Reynolds with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Rams add on to their lead.
I know Paul Revere talked about by land or by sea, right? You know, 1 by land, 2 by sea. He didn't mention air because right now we're seeing a big-time performance, aren't we? That's 2 touchdowns so far in this game.
Where'd you pull that one from?
And, you know, every now and then I actually listened in history class.
And you're just a scholar all the way around. You're reading all the time. I like that you fit that into the broadcast.
You know, I just grab a nugget when I can.
This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. And Detroit getting set to go now. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything, at least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 15 yards on the play, first down.
Quarterbacks love slant routes because the receivers are breaking right into their line of vision, and receivers love them as well because they're getting the ball on the move and able to catch it and try and get upfield.
Ooh, if he would have broke that
yardage.
tackle. I'm going to try to hit stick him.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. To the air again, Stafford. He gets it left side to Johnson. Now 3rd down is looming, a pickup of 2 on first down and just 1 yard there.
58, come on. Hey, watch the screen, watch the screen. Watch the screen.
On 3rd down, Stafford. And this
Hey, it was a
is going
screen.
to be incomplete.
I don't know if y'all heard, but one of the guys on our defense said, watch the screen.
Problems
exactly
on
what they
3rd down
did.
so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league,
I don't know if there's
somewhere around
anything to
40%
that
on
or if
third
it was
down
just a
for
coincidence.
offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get to third down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on first and second down.
And here now the punter, Martin, booming this one away.
Keep playing hard.
The Rams offense now, they get set and head back onto the field. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here, they could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But it's the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking. Usually the best way to maintain control.
A big hitter there. A first down gain of 26 yards.
This is a little bit like baseball here. Strong up the middle. Both sides want to be that. In this case, the offense ended up winning the ultimate battle.
And those big runs between the tackles, that's a little deflating for a defense, isn't it?
It really is, because that's where your strength's supposed to be. You're supposed to be in a spot where they can't make that yardage there. You're supposed to send them outside. Not in this case.
From just shy of midfield.
Oh.
And that'll be incomplete. He was looking for Josh Reynolds that time, but now it's third down.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps to have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
That's going to be complete to his tight end, Everett.
Keep running, Gerald. Keep going.
Near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20.
Let's go, boys. Bring
A
it.
pickup of 27, and they pick up the first down in the process.
And after that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league are emphasizing speed on defense at every position. The tight ends have created so many tough matchups now. If you can't run with the tight end as a linebacker, this is going to be the result every time.
And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain.
Okay, Brady, I see you.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, help force the incompletion.
Well, had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete. Meanwhile, on third down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's
Just kick a
incomplete.
field goal.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays that when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him not get through.
They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. Here's the Detroit offense now as they head back out onto the field. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
I know, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively. And a big
Oh,
loss
yeah.
as he's
That is
taken
big
down.
old negative yardage.
Aaron Donald in there for the sack.
That is a
and
big loss of yards.
21 for him on the year. Wow, what a season.
He's the NFL sack leader coming into the game, and now that's 2 more that he's added to his total.
He wants some separation from spot 1 and 2 in that sack category. And he'll take this
And now
one
they're
up
just
to
giving
about
up.
the 13.
They're literally just giving up.
Give him 4 yards there, but still in a big hole. 3rd and long. And we hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action.
All right, so we stop him here.
All right,
Get the ball back. Probably be able to put up some points before half.
I certainly do.
Well, I've got just a thing for you. It's the coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by Orlando. He'll be alongside at half to take us through the weekend in the NFL. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside.
All right, here we go.
Like 20. It's
The
just
blitz
me
in.
and you. It's just me and 5.
Blitz in their safety.
Goff on first down. He'll find Reynolds over the middle. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. Right off the bat, it's a first
Doing
down
it again.
to drive 12 yards. Talk about a big first half. Already has the 2 touchdowns, adding to his receiving total there and picking up the first down.
He's coming off the line so fast. I think he's intimidating the...
He rifles one that's intercepted.
Oh, no.
He's picked off at his own 46.
God damn
he
it.
will score. Touchdown, Lions.
That's a pick. Going the other way.
You think you're going into halftime with a good-sized lead? Not so fast. That pick 6 really changes the complexion, probably also changes the halftime.
It's so easy to go the other direction after a pick. God damn it. I hadn't made a mistake in so long.
We go tonight. 180.
Well, now we have to go down and score.
Hey, check.
And search a redemption from the pick 6. Goff working the middle here. That's complete to Everett, the tight end. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. An ideal beginning of the drive there as they'll get 20 and a first down. Now Goff. And the open receiver, it's Robert Woods. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
All that practice time came to fruition on that play. All those timing routes that they work on through training camp, OTAs, mini camp, and just regular season, they got it done on that one. An outcut, ball was delivered, and picked up the completion.
Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their second, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. That first down completion only netted him 3. Second and 7.
Let him know. DC. Back.
Play action. It's Goff. It's hauled in by Brandon Cooks. The Rams going to be forced to use their third and final timeout as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. Goff now over 200 yards already in this first half. It's 1st and 10.
It's our field.
Goff throwing again.
I got him.
And it's complete. He's got it in the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. Jared Goff with his 3rd touchdown pass of the afternoon. And the Rams.
Well, at least we turned around after that pick 6 and got a touchdown.
I heard a coach talk about those late in the half scores, especially ones that give your team a pretty decent cushion. He said those could be the ones that could finish off a squad if you let them.
That must have been a cover 2 defense.
Cushion. This half has been theirs.
Because the safeties were both split. Yeah, it was cover 2. I'm just going to sim to the next quarter.
Tonight. 180.
Hey, let's calm down. Hey, let's go. Let's calm the crowd.
Watch the curve.
On 1st and 10, Goff.
Shucks.
He's brought down.
So many passes I could have made there, but I just...
They need to stop to get back into this game.
I was waiting way too long.
Right to start the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, anytime you go into the lockers with that 2-3 score deficit, you're right. You need that stop, get the football back, and they've done just that.
Series to series, play to play.
Now this throw caught left side. That one a gain of 20 and a first down.
Here we go.
So there on that play, offensively, they ran the crossing route. Defense was in zone coverage. So as a former DB, how tough is it to defend that?
It's really difficult because your natural inclination is to chase the receiver and maybe leave your zone. So you have to have discipline in order to talk to your other coverage guys and let him know that that receiver's crossing from your zone to the next zone. He's coming your way. Make sure you have him. And then when the ball is actually thrown, secure the tackle. When they're moving on crossing routes, if you miss a tackle, it usually results in a big play.
Trying to run inside, but nothing there. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
Throwing on 3rd. Goff. This pass complete to Reynolds. He's been big. 2 touchdowns earlier. Now he's got a 1st down here. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against
You're going to leave the middle of the field open?
Okay. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
6 yards to pick up, and that's a 1st down.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a 1st down, keep the sticks moving.
Just what you want on a 1st down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2.
Get him, boy.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
Kill. Hey, turn it out. Showing it.
Hey, 76.
Here comes carry number 10 for Gurley. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now. It's a good gain of 11, sets him up 1st and goal. And he's certainly been a huge factor in this when he's got the 2 touchdowns to his credit. Now they look to him again, he picks up the 1st.
Yeah, I can hear everyone saying,
oh boy,
why don't you cover him, double him, triple him, do what you have to do. But sometimes they get locked into such a groove and such a connection, it doesn't matter how many guys are in his area.
He certainly looks to be in that groove right now. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there. It's 2nd down.
Nice job there defensively. A great time to dial up a blitz.
And give him credit under center instead of throwing it away. Actually a pretty good job of getting past the line of scrimmage, not losing yardage. Now on 2nd down, this is Gurley. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop it right around the 1. It'll be a gain of 5, and it's going to set up a 3rd and goal. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists.
And it's caught. Touchdown by Brandon.
Nice little tippy toe in the back of the end zone.
4 touchdown passes now for Jared Goff. And the Rams add on to their lead. That's an early touchdown grab for last week's NFC Offensive Player of the Week. He was so electric, and they talked about it all week long. Have to try to contain it.
And now for him, being able to focus on the task at hand and not just immediately assume that last week totally carries over, but you got to like the start that he has, showing those great hands that we've seen from him throughout.
And a pause in the action because the booth, they see something that they want to take another peek at to find out if this was a touchdown or not.
Of course it was a touchdown. Are you kidding me? All right, we'll probably play one more defensive series, and then we'll just sim the rest.
Hey, 20!
Mike's 59.
Hot!
Let's get that ball.
On 1st down at Stafford.
Oh boy.
And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to hold that one in.
On 2nd down now. It's Johnson, and he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know this takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Now a third down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. Just a little beyond the reach there of his receiver. That's probably one he wishes he had back.
He wishes it had been 7-on-7 in practice, or maybe even routes versus air, because that's a completion he makes, what, 9.9 times out of 10? Just missed that one.
So a change of possession here on the punt.
All right, I'm having way too much fun scoring on these guys, so I'm going to do one more.
You've got the clock winding down here in the third quarter.
I'm going to do one more series.
What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
On first down, gone.
What a catch. Oh, he dropped it.
Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's second down.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. They try to throw on second down.
Dropped it again.
This one is incomplete.
I told you to make a possession catch.
Hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Well, you know a coach said that, right? Yeah. Not an actual player. Not a chance at all. Way easier said than done.
Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Trey Flowers in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
I remember when I was a kid and all I wanted was a nickel so I could get that soda down at the fountain. And guess what? The nickel came into play well. 5 defensive back.
All right. Let's punt it away. And now after this defensive series, then we'll sim it if they don't score.
Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
Let's see what you got.
Throwing a Stafford over the middle, and it's incomplete. He was trying to find Marvin Jones that time, but it'll be second down.
You know they wanted, you know they expected. They needed him to be sharp coming out after the half. Unfortunately, he's missed his first 3 throws. I wonder if he got out late and missed his warm-up time.
The whole team did come out a little bit later than usual. I don't know, maybe there's something to that.
Must have been a heck of a halftime speech.
Yeah, maybe just trying to rally the troops back from this deficit. Now, he has now hit number 500. Charles, that is his 500th NFL career catch.
Definitely worthy of applause, but I remember when 500 meant you were going to the Hall of Fame. Nowadays, in today's football, 500 puts you on the path, a significant number.
Here's Stafford.
Open
receiver complete. And
dang,
so close,
I tried to. I got there way too late.
To the 2-yard line. They're able to
I wanted that pick so bad.
That sets up a first and goal. Excellent execution, and now they're set up nicely.
Are they ever? Red zone? I wonder what the next play call is going to be.
And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. T.J. Hawkinson, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Lions...
I don't have time for this. All right, one more series. I keep saying it.
Rip left, rip left.
The play fake to Gurley. Now gone. And that's caught left side. It's Woods. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
Let's go, let's go.
A very solid gain of 27. Still throwing the football here, even with the big lead.
Yeah, I know you and I came up in a different era and we think about sportsmanship and all that. Other people think about fantasy points and getting their numbers. That's all they care about right now.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. A good pick up there of 20 yards.
Not only have they completed a couple on this drive, but they peeled off some pretty good chunks of yardage, too.
Absolutely. Great start. 2 nice plays in the pass game. Now can they continue to feed off that? Now a handoff for Gurley. And he'll be dropped at the 23 after a pickup of about 4. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to take it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge. Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
Brandon, when a defense just simply can't get off the field on 3rd down, and we all know how important that down is for both sides of the ball, you often feel like you're just a step behind whatever they're doing offensively.
And one of the differences in this game, no doubt, 3rd down conversion, and that is going to be a story they'll talk about after this one. On 2nd down, it's Henderson. He stopped after only a yard, taking it down to the 14.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
On 3rd down, they'll run it with Gurley. And he's going to take this one in for a Rams touchdown. Todd Gurley, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Rams add on to their lead.
Could not block that one any better. Everyone was accounted for, and a great surge by the offensive line.
All right, that just about does it. Let's go ahead and sim the rest of the game.
So the LA Rams with a victory here.
We should have simmed it a while ago, but we kept playing. We kept playing and playing.
Dominating performance.
And I truly thought that we'd have a tight game coming into this one.
So we'll see if we locked up home field after this one.
Based on our conversation after the production meeting, but obviously not the case. And how about just how it broke open? You know, you just all of a sudden, whoosh, there it is. This thing is pretty much done. And the crowd stayed with it to celebrate because they're like, let's enjoy watching our team play this well. This is fun.
So for Los Angeles, the win moves them to 12-1 now on the year. And they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for the Lions, they dropped their 7th game on the year. And they'll try to turn it around next week as they head to Atlanta for a matchup with the Falcons. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game.
Oh, we still haven't locked up home field advantage. Still got the Browns and the Panthers to deal with, unfortunately. Let's go ahead and do our training. We get to play the Seahawks again. Although I am not going to do it this stream. I'm going to go ahead and take some lunch, run some errands, and then I'll come back in the afternoon where we will finish out the regular season and get to the playoffs. Well, all right, guys. I'm going to head out. But for all you YouTube people that have been watching, I appreciate you all. And I'm going to come back later today, crank out another stream, cut them all up into sections, upload them to YouTube. But I will talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.